So this weekend on Sunday, I attended this big wedding show in Milwaukee with my agency. They had a booth there, and there were several musicians and DJs and singers and things in the booth. I was just one of the DJs. I haven't done this show in about 8 years. It's changed a lot. It used to be only what I can describe as a cattle drive. It was very crowded, just people elbows to elbows all day long, and you're screaming at people, and it was pretty chaotic, but it's changed a lot. The attendance is way down, but I kind of liked it that way because it gave me time to talk to the people who I did talk to. I talked to probably a dozen couples. What I like to do when I have somebody in front of me is ask them questions before I tell them anything. I want to know who they are, what date they're looking at, what the location is, and kind of what they're looking for as far as services go. And what I mean by that is reception or ceremony and reception. So most people were looking for ceremony and reception. There were only two couples who just wanted reception. And out of all of those people who were looking for ceremony, a follow-up question that I would ask is, who's performing the ceremony? Who's your officiant? Almost everyone, except I think one couple said, oh, it's Bob or Dave or our cousin or our friend. They've never done it before. That is so common now. It's a thing. People are getting married by friends and family. And the thing about that is, I discovered this past summer, the people who are doing this are usually doing it for the very first time. And when they're doing it for the first time, they really don't know how to structure things. So something that I asked them was, do you need someone to direct the ceremony? And they said yes. They're worried that Cousin Bob doesn't know what he's doing. So that's a service that I started offering late last summer. I did it, I think, 4 times. And I kind of liked it. It went well. It wasn't that hard to do. And it was an easy way to get a rapport with everybody in the wedding party. They trusted you, and they kind of followed your direction day of. Because you're there for rehearsal, which is the disadvantage. You have to take time to attend to the rehearsal. Music was usually the last thing that I talked about with people, if I talked about it at all. I think most people kind of assumed that I play music. And I play family-friendly variety of stuff, which is what everyone ultimately was looking for. So there wasn't a lot of focus on that. I did talk about how I do sound and lighting a little bit, but I didn't get real geeky with it. What I did say was, look, it's going to be nice and loud on your dance floor, but you're going to be able to have conversations elsewhere in the room. So we're not going to chase anybody away. Everyone seemed to like that. The other thing that I said was, with the lighting, I don't want to blind anybody. I want to create the ambience, but I don't want light shining in anyone's eyes. Both of those things were pretty important to the people that I talked to, because there were some other DJs at this particular expo where they had lights that were shining out at people, and they were like, ooh, I don't like this. So I posted a picture on Facebook of a setup that I did at the yacht club probably 2 months ago, just because I was so unprepared walking into this wedding show. I pulled that up and showed them a picture. Look, this is what my current setup looks like. And they were able to kind of think about what else they've seen at this show today compared to what I showed them. And I'm pretty happy with the way it was received. I talked to a couple of people where lighting was incredibly important. One guy actually teared up when he saw one of my light demonstrations. And I was pretty surprised by that, but it was such a big deal to him. And he liked what he saw. He said, I've never seen anything like that. That's beautiful. This particular client, the other thing that was important to him was the music, because I guess he really kind of wanted family friendly for the first part of the evening, but he wanted to go full-on club EDM for the second part of the evening. I actually knew who Bimbo Jones and Moto Blanco and Wolfgang Gartner was. He thought that was pretty impressive, because most mobile DJs are just thinking about Sweet Caroline and You Shook Me All Night Long and Love Shack. That's okay, that's what they do, but I feel like I'm pretty versatile, so I could help this guy out. So I'm probably his DJ. He was the last guy that I talked to today. And the other thing that I'll mention is size of events. It was anywhere from 50 people all the way up to 250 people. But most people were right around 100. Most. 100, 120. There was one that was way up there at 250. There was one that was 50, but yeah, it's getting smaller, I think, on average. These big weddings, we're not seeing them as much anymore, or I'm not anyway. So I don't know, smaller is kind of the trend, I guess, compared to what it used to be. The big wedding, that'll be unique. I can handle it, but Most of the time, they're on the smaller side. But anyway, those are my takeaways, and I think that I'll be seeing a lot of these people again. That's it. That's my report from the wedding show this weekend. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Practice and enjoy.